Good morning everyone, and welcome to our backyard. In this morning's video, I'd like to share a few plants that are putting on a particular show right now. And it's getting towards the end of April, and I'm going to be doing my April garden tour soon. But today I'd like to show you just a few of particular note. I am Crystal, and I garden in Zone 9B south of Houston along the Texas Gulf Coast. And right now, we are in glorious salvia season. This is salvia that is on its third year. And what you see here is this gorgeous pink, bright pink salvia. And this is called Salvia Amante. And it teems with butterflies, bees, bumblebees, and hummingbirds all day long. And it is in its peak flowering. Oh my goodness, it's gorgeous. And then on the other side here is Amistad, which is purple. And I come out in the morning, or I see this through my kitchen window, and it is just glorious. The colors are so vibrant, the green in the leaves. That backdrop is just beautiful. I love the dark calyx on both the Amistad here, which is purple, and also the Amante, this dark calyx. It really helps make the flower stand out against that beautiful green backdrop. Oh, I love this. My Salvia Leucantha is also putting on a beautiful show. This is such a pretty, velvety feeling. The texture is like velvet, and it's this purple calyx with these gorgeous white flowers. Butterflies in particular love Salvia Leucantha. I'll get a flush like this, a small flush in the spring, and then it will grow, and its main point of the main timing of when it blooms is in fall, late summer through fall. But it's wonderful to get this spring flush of flowers too. I only have one lily plant, but it has spread, and it has, I should say, grown, and it's just been starting to flower. I love lilies in the spring. The color, the cheeriness. Lilies are pretty. I shared with you in a post, this Delphinium was an impulse buy for me, and I saw it at Costco, and I just couldn't believe the gorgeous and stunning blue in these flowers. It was a very large plant, and Delphinium doesn't grow here past spring. This is its time. Sorry for the airplane. So this is the time for it to just be gorgeous down here. And it has so many new blooms that are going to open. For I think it was $16 or $17 that I paid for this Delphinium. I've never purchased a Delphinium because they don't last long for us. But I could not pass up this glorious bloom. Oh my goodness. Isn't that stunning? And I know for all of you that grow delphiniums, you know this. They have so many colors and they're beautiful. But this just isn't something that I have in the hot, humid southern garden. But for this spring, it's been really pretty for us, and I have so enjoyed this in the back of my trellises. So here's the front vantage point, and it's in the back there, and I love seeing that each day. Okay, the next one that's putting on a show and has been visited by so many butterflies this last week is the Mexican flame vine. Butterflies love this bloom. And the Mexican flame vine does not disappoint. I've got lots of buds on it. And I was looking at it. I even see some type of a little caterpillar or something in that bloom. The reason butterflies love this is it has this bloom that is like a landing pad for them. And they like to land on it and then move their proboscis down into each one of the flower petals. The Mexican flame vine changes color as it matures. So it goes to this darker autumn color. It's not really a red, it's almost a burnt orange. And so on the same plant, you'll have multiple colors. It's really good to deadhead this so it will continue to bloom. And mine is just taken off on the trellis. Oh, I can see here. I need to rein it in from the fence over on my neighbor's. I'll bring this around and bring it around the trellis. But I have seen butterflies on this, over this last week. They just flock to this flower. The larger butterflies, like the monarchs and swallowtails, and then the smaller butterflies too. It is a big hit. And you can see there's lots of buds, so springtime is a really good time for Mexican flame vine. Lots of new buds that are coming, in addition to everything that's already flowering. I love having this in the garden because, one, it provides vertical interest, really pretty vertical interest. And it attracts pollinators like crazy. All right, next one. I shared earlier in a post that I typically don't purchase petunias. And the reason I don't is because they also do not do well down here in the south in the heat and humidity and clay soil, and summer they just don't do well. But for spring, I couldn't pass up this gorgeous specimen of the Supertunia Vista Bubblegum. It was, I think, $9.99 in a gallon container at my favorite nursery. And I potted it in a container. And this thing has provided so much beautiful interest for me this spring. So I kind of look at it as a short spring annual, probably like the Delphinium back here, but it's been worth it this spring. And as all of you know, this particular petunia is a monster for growth. Sorry for the birds. They're particularly happy this morning and very chirpy. My other plant that's really putting on a show is the shrimp plant. This plant has these bracts, which are shrimp colored, and then the bloom is underneath. And the bloom is visited readily by hummingbirds. Isn't that unique and pretty? And this time of year, the shrimp plant will flower all year long through the fall and early winter for me. But it seems like spring is its time when it's just absolutely glorious. The color is so pretty. The flowers are unique. And it just goes to town. I potted up a Superbena, and this is from Proven Winners, called Peachy Keen. And this Superbena I find just beautiful because of the different peach colors that come out. The younger color is more of this darker peach. As it matures, it fades to a lighter peach. And I decided to just put this as a singleton in a container. And I love how this looks. I did move it over here so it was in a little better light so I could show you, but I have this on my patio in full sun all through the morning till about 2 in the afternoon, 1 or 2 in the afternoon. And I'm surprised with how much I've enjoyed this Peachy Keen Superbena. Isn't that pretty? Pollinators like it too. And finally, my butterfly bushes have been putting on a show. This one in particular is a raspberry color. The red admirals love, well, all butterflies do, but in particular I've seen red admirals on this. Butterfly bushes, I can see, I like to come out and I do like to deadhead them, but this one has just been prolifically flowering and has been visited all throughout the day. I do have a couple others that are just starting to flower. And the scents of these, the fragrance is just beautiful. This is one of my other dwarf buddleias or butterfly bushes. This is the Blue Chip series, or Lo and Behold series, and this one is called Blue Chip. Looks a little purple on the camera, but in real life it's certainly bluer looking. I guess it's taken on a little bit of that hue, but it's fun because spring is when these really start to pop. And I also have a Miss Molly butterfly bush back here, and she is just starting to put on her show. She's supposed to be more of a red, but I kind of view her as having a scarlet color. Springtime can be so glorious, and down here in the south, sometimes it doesn't last very long, and we get into the hot, hot summer. So I am enjoying these last few days of spring. I hope you all have a great day. Thanks for joining me, and I hope to see you again soon.